stop your shit, I'm the shit, just give it up. Everything is okay, even when I'm not. Time to bring it to the table. Live. Yes, ma'am. What up, G?
What's good? What's good?
How you doing? Oh my God!
Good.
Yay!
Yo,
in the motherfucking building.
Not the yo. Yo, you caught me. Now I'm here. Like I was doing so well with this shit. Now.
She opened the first one. Look,
I got it. I got it.
Struggle's real.
I got it.
Struggle's real.
Yeah, I got it.
No, I won't take no for an answer. No.
Alright, forget it.
You want to do it?
Because I was doing so well with this.
Here.
Oh man, I think like I scratched that shit up, bro.
It's alright, though. Yeah. What up, G?
Yo, was good.
Fucking
was
pleasure,
good.
yo.
Nah, I want to just say before anything, before we get into like.
Before we get into this shit.
Nah, I want to just say, you know, I'm proud of you. I'm happy.
Of course.
You know,
You know what this is, though, right? This is like seeing fruits of your labor as well, though, because, you know, it's almost like teaching a class. You know, when you teach a class of people, and then you get to see one of those people become a professor or a lawyer, or you know, you get like, I know, like whenever I speak to my teachers from school, like I see my 6th grade teachers from around here sometimes.
Yeah.
And she's like, she gets so enthused just by my character. Cheers. She gets
Cheers,
so enthused just by my character, and just is like, wow, you've grown up so much. Like, yo, G, like you, this was. I was thinking about it when I went to go pee right now. I was like, damn, nigga, like you put this shit into motion.
When you went to go pee?
Because I was thinking about how much this means to me. You know what I mean? Like this means a lot to me. You know, like I was offered to do something with you where it was you saw something in me.
Oh man, well let's let everybody know. I've been harassing this guy to do the show with me for quite some time actually, and he was always like, nah. Yo, I think everybody that knows G knows the fact that he makes a lot of excuses. That's how I say it. That's how I look at it.
There too, if you want to look
at that. So. Yeah, I'm like.
Yeah, you got one back there too.
Nah. So like, he makes. For me, I feel like you're good with your words, you're good with your delivery, but at the end of the day,
action has always been a bitch for me.
Yes, you for me is like want, and I'm like. So anyhow, long story short is the fact that you know you did decide to come to the show, and then to see you go from there.
Even that G was taking a chance on me though.
I mean, because I saw what you I know what you can do. I think even as an artist, I know what you can do, and I try to push you and tell you.
I think you knew I was at my brink with shit. You caught me at a time where I was truly at my brink with things. Like I was just, not to say I was like over it, but it was just a misdirection.
I think at this point it was misdirection. At this point, I think you was just like, I need to make changes in order to see. Like
changes different,
yeah, you know,
like you
it's like like that you know, you can't keep doing the same thing over and over expecting something new.
Albert Einstein called it insanity.
You know, that is the definition of insanity, when you continue to do the same thing over and over and you're expecting a different result.
Exactly.
You know, at that point, I think when you finally agreed, I think it was just at that point you was just like,
yeah, I threw myself over the cliff. You know, I threw myself, and I haven't stopped falling yet. Every time, like, I've beaten myself up over this past week because I'm like, damn, I'm sick. I haven't been in the studio. I haven't been doing nothing. I put 2 podcasts up, you know, so it's like I had work there, but it's similar to you. You know, like, when you're not working, it disrupts me. It disrupts me. Like, you threw me off the cliff, and it was like, I kept falling.
Yeah.
You know, like I said, having you here was just like, I know it was inevitable. It was bound to happen.
Yeah.
But I would have rather have had it sooner than later, because it was like, I think this is the perfect timing.
I think it
Going
is.
into December, all the endeavors that we have endured over 2019, moving into our 2020.
I know.
How orientated we've become together and as individuals. You know what I mean? Like, fucking organize this shit. You look for something on my computer, I say put the name and it comes out. You know what I mean? Like, how we are, like, this is like stepping stones. It's like we're building a palace.
Yeah.
It's like we're building a fortress. We're building a brand, a business. I don't know what it is, but it's starting, and it's beautiful to be part of something that is even though you've built your shit from the ground up, I'm witnessing it. I'm part of it.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, it's great to see it because I see your accolades. I tell you it firsthand, like, all the time. I see your accolades. Look, like the story you tell me about the nigga couldn't bring no people to his own party. You made a phone call and brought 20. You see what I'm saying? But these are the accolades I speak about, though. You know, like, you worked for that. You worked for that, and I'm a piece of something that you worked for. To be honest with you, I'm a product of something you made. Like, to do this, I look forward to this. But I'll be honest with you, like, I will never forget that Sunday where you pulled my card, and you gave me that same. It was a different look in your eyes. You know why it was different?
Why?
Because I was tired of looking at it.
Okay.
Usually I was just like, nah, I noticed it and I got tired of looking at it. I was like, you know what? She absolutely right. Nah, fuck this. I'm not even going to tell her nothing. Just get shit done.
Mm-hmm.
Just get shit done. And I think from there on, I gained a different level of respect from you.
That's what's
I think from there on, like, it's been like, you know, I got your back.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like, up, down, left, right, but you understand this also is what I'm doing. Yeah. You know what I mean? I gained you fuck with it. Like, that's great. That's great to have somebody that's you say of course, B, but there's niggas I've been rapping with for years and they got hate in their blood. You say of course, but they got hate in their blood all day, every day, and still shake my hand. So you can't say of course. You can't say it's a different character. You are a different person.
Because at the end of the day, like, I feel like
you like people to eat with you though.
I do, and that's why that's why I have so many people who are willing to support me because I support them. You know. Like, this is conversations that I've had, like, with one of my business partners where we do a lot of the same things. We have different platforms, and we sat down and be like, yo, you're not a competition for me, you know? Because at the end of the day, I am my own competition. The same way you are your own competition. You understand?
You got nobody to be better than but yourself.
You know, exactly. So, for me, it's like, continue doing what you have to do, you know. I cannot have any hate in my blood towards that because I feel like in order to grow and succeed, you need a team. You can't just do it by yourself, and you need to support your team
more than 100
and make your
people
team
make up a JV.
happy and show them that you appreciate them and that's how they roll with you. Because me being a person that I've worked, I know what I am a person. I am an entrepreneur, but I know what it is to work for someone else, and I know what it feels to not feel appreciated, not feel as if I was worth anything to this company when I'm busting my ass and I'm giving my all to your dream. You
Making
understand?
them rich.
Yeah. So, you know, that's why I'm like, I say here, and I'm like, bro, I appreciate, and now I'm saying, like, I'm telling you, I appreciate you, and you know that. I tell you this all the time, and I tell you I'm proud of you. Like, continue doing it. You know, I've had people tell me like, yo, it don't bother you, or you don't think it's a conflict of interest, and then I'm like, no, I had a conversation with you with this. You understand?
I mean, to myself, it did feel, and I'll be honest, to myself, it did feel, until it was started, it did kind of feel, you know, I wasn't fully comfortable with what I was doing until maybe the 4th episode.
Okay.
If I'm being absolutely honest with you, like, yeah, like talking on camera, that's something I've been doing, but it's what you're talking about and when you're getting. It wasn't until like the 4th episode where I realized what this was for me. I was just like, oh yeah, I'm looking for some clarity from my own pain. In order for me to get clarity from my own pain, I like to understand other people's. I like to understand other people, what makes them tick this way they tick.
Of course.
I've been having the luxury of having people that go through shit. I've been having the luxury of...
I think everybody has a story, though.
Yeah, but not true, because, you know, sometimes we get bland motherfuckers in our lives, you know?
I mean, you do, but even those bland motherfuckers have
a story.
Those stories, they
are willing to talk.
Exactly.
You know, like that, and that's where I found my talent. Like, speaking of Rich, Last Measure, and for him to admit things, like, as a father, for him to say... And his 2 sons aren't that far apart in age.
Yeah.
For him to recognize and say as a father, like, you know, I fucked up. I feel like I fucked up raising my older son. Shouldn't have been so hard on him. I shouldn't have treated him like my father treated me. And for him to admit things like that, and then, like, I realized what my platform was for. I realized speaking to, like, E-Cash, and him admitting, like, you know, I'm the fuck up. Nah, I did it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I realized it. I was just like, even Quest giving me appreciation. Because that nigga don't say thank you or good job for nothing or nobody. For him to say here, and even though he's bullshitted, because it's been 2 weeks, my nigga, and I still don't got a co-host. It's been 2 weeks. But even though he said it, he's like, nigga, yo, I wanna go do a beat with you. It just made me feel good for him to recognize, like, yeah, like it came into fruition what this was for.
Yeah.
These conversations were just meant to be in depth.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like, it's cool you do music. It's cool you do this. It's cool you do that. But I guess by the time somebody gets here, whatever they do is how far they want to take it to speak about it.
Exactly.
I'm more or less like what makes them tick. Like, you know, when I first met you, I met you at the Yippie, and you were doing music.
Mm-hmm.
Come to find out, you throwing stripper parties? You were fucking like,
good old days. Good old days.
First thing I want to ask, when you first realized that you liked women, dead ass, like when you were in high school?
Nah,
because
I mean,
I first started seeing them, like seeing homosexual people started getting more comfortable. The alphabet people started getting more comfortable as I became an elder man. You and I are the same age. Mm-hmm. So was there comfortability? Were you in school like this?
No, I wasn't actually.
See, I didn't know. I thought you were in school. Like
no. I actually, so like even like I was like I even mentioned to you like in the show and everything. Like I started late with sex, obviously not late, but I was 18. You know, so 18 I had like first time I had sex with a man. 18, 19 is when I had my first experience with a chick.
Oh, same age, like back to back.
Pretty much, yeah.
Drake effect.
I know, right? It's when I moved to Florida, and I will say that.
Do you remember
before
her?
that? Yeah, of course.
Her name, everything, Toito?
Yeah.
Oh, wow, she was older?
I did some real fucked up shit with that, so I could never.
Damn, me.
Nigga, I slept with cousins.
You slept with a cousin?
So, she was my first kiss, and her cousin was the first guy I slept with.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Wait. But then, see, that's not on you.
It wasn't the cousin.
They knew they was up. They knew what was up.
And then and it was crazy that like years later down the line, I end up fucking her. So it's like it was crazy. Yeah, I'm from myself.
So if you go to Florida, you still know who they are. You still fuck with them.
They follow me on Instagram.
Yeah, you gotta love the ones that follow you. Cheers. Alright, so 18, 19.
But this
is that when you made your decision? Guy, girl?
No. I actually went into depression because of that. I actually wanted to commit suicide because of that.
Because you were unfamiliar with how you were supposed
because
to feel?
I didn't, for me, so, alright, backtracking that, I used to look at women and find them attractive.
Okay.
But I didn't think of it like that. And I remember that the guy that I lost my virginity to, he used to tell me, like, yo, I think you like girls. You like girls. And I'm like, no, I don't. Stop your shit. Yada, yada, yada.
Did you dress like a woman?
I was always tomboy? I mean, I've always been tomboy, but I still wear my heels, but I was more...
nationality?
Huh?
What was his nationality?
Puerto Rican. I did like a lot of Hispanics. So anyhow, when I first got with the girl that I kissed, I caught feelings for her. Like I started liking her, and I was like, this is not normal. I'm not supposed to be doing
because
like,
that's what you. That's
for
what
me, it was just like, it's a kiss and that's it, nothing more. Then, when I fucked the cousin, we continued fucking around for a while, and it was just like, it's just sex, nothing more. But I started catching emotions for her, like, and it's crazy because I found myself getting emotionally involved with women, not with men.
Wait. Before you continue, I like to understand these things. So
go ahead.
If you didn't notice there were emotion, you could have just kept having sex and not think that was weird to have sex with the same sex.
It was just I would have looked at it like
felt good. It just felt good.
I was just
guys won't do that. Guys won't do that. Guys won't do that. I love women. Yeah, That's my friend. We just fun.
I was like, man, that's just my friend. We get drunk and we just kiss. We do things.
Yeah, niggas don't do that shit.
So now it was like that. So, but when I realized I was catching feelings for the chick,
okay,
it was when, and then when I realized I wanted more, that was when I was
more than just
like,
a relationship.
Yeah, like more than just a friendship.
Yeah,
and that's when I was just like. And I was battling with depression. I was cutting myself.
Yeah, you went through that before?
Yeah, I went through that. And then I remember, shout out to my boy Jason. I don't know if he remembers that. Was it him or someone else? That I remember there was like, when they found out, they grabbed my arm and they were like, let me see. And when they saw, they were like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
Yeah, of course.
So I was just like, I was going through it, whatever. I end up coming back to New York. And, you know, eventually, so it took me to accept who I am. It took me a long time.
I see that because I never seen you with a nervous tick.
Yeah.
I never see her with a nervous tick. No, all these years. Never see her with a nervous tick at all.
To accept who I am as I hate like that whole title thing, like lesbian.
Yeah.
But to accept who I am, who I love,
what you like, what you enjoy, what you love.
It took me a very long time to understand that I do want kids with a woman or a family. That was a battle.
And that's a big triumph, like, as a person, because, you know, the worst thing you could do is lie to yourself, right? The worst thing you could do is be 30 and be in a relationship with somebody that you know you shouldn't be in a relationship with, or because of something like gender.
Because of society.
Because they tell you it's not right, and now you're forcing yourself.
And I'm just one of those people that I can't live a lie.
Yeah, nah. You never works.
And I think that's why I'm like known to be. And I think it's very. I'm very transparent in a sense. Like you see what you get.
Mm-hmm.
And I think and I like being like that. Although I feel like some people think, because of the image I have, a lot of people assume I'm like this whole playboy.
Well, you know what it is? Hey, look, I'll keep it a buck. Look. I mean, I'm pretty sure you've done. I'm pretty like.
But I do have fuckboys tendencies.
Of course, I think we all do.
You know,
but I've seen your podcast. Like I've seen you on other people's podcasts, other people's platforms, like La Cocina, DTF. And, you know, for the most part, when you get interviewed or get talked to, it's a lot about your business. Mm-hmm. It's a lot about V. Henny. Mm-hmm. You know, and I still won't shout out her government.
Yo, I will fuck him.
She thought I was going to do it. She thought I was going to do it. Nah, look, I still won't shout out your government, but...
Yo, tell me real quickly how I was, like, last week I was somewhere, and I was like, yo, I'll go by V. Henny. And the homeboy was like, Victoria? I was like, nah. I'm like, good try, though.
Would you even tell him if he got But nah, like they're all interested in V. Henny, and I get it. You know, you make a lot of waves. You've been making a lot of waves. You're a female. You know, like being a female for some reason is still a big deal, and that in itself, you honor it. You know, you honor it, and that's what they notice. I like to talk to you off camera, on camera, just in general about the other V. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, you aren't that fucking... Yeah, we got fuckboy tendencies, but there's a difference when you're a fuckboy and a difference when you got a heart and you just make dumb decisions. You know what I mean? Like, making dumb decisions and having a heart, I think it's two different things, because when you have a heart, you try to learn your lesson. And I say try, because we still repeat stupid mistakes, but we try our best and take notice to it. You know, that's the difference. You know, that's why I like speaking to you here. Yeah. You know, because for you to go out and promote and put on this... I'm learning what perception is, and that's just a bitch.
That shit is a bitch.
That's just a bitch because out there on the stage, right? You gotta perform this song where it's about all this crazy shit. Let's just say, right? I'm just being small. Let's just say I make a song about fucking hoes, and now I got my wife and 6 kids in the back room, in the green room, waiting for me.
And the sad part is that you gotta sometimes. You gotta play the part too, you understand? Like,
you have to have all those hoes with you on stage and act like you're fucking them, while your wife with the 6 kids, 6 in the green room, and if she's the right woman, she's gonna be like, it's okay, we're getting paid. But is that the wrong woman? Is that the wrong woman?
You're getting your dick chopped off. I don't even have a dick, and I almost have my dick chopped off. Huh? Because I'm not saying I had the wrong woman, but
you ever had a bitch roll up on your shit?
I've been in a relationship with, she was insecure, and she tried to like get nasty with like chicks, and I'd be like, yo, chill, relax, like. She's just saying what up, like that's not even like she's just saying what up, like
you can't do that. You can't. That's what
I'm like, you can't do that. Like I had to put her, like I had to be like she when she first met Tay. Remember Tay? You know Tay?
But Tay's different.
Tay's different. Yeah, I love Tay.
But every girl gets jealous around Tay.
Yeah, Tay.
Every girl gets jealous around Tay.
Yeah, Tay, I love you too, bro. Tay,
she's bad. She's bad.
Nah, but she's bad. But I'm just
saying, she's comfortable with her skin.
But I don't look at Tay like that.
It don't matter. She's so comfortable on her skin. People are just like.
So when I first was like, yo, this is Tay, and Tay was like, oh my god, and she was like, she tried to come nasty to her, and I had to put her to the side. So you're not doing this with her.
She didn't try to. When you first introduced her,
I had to grab her and put her to the side, like you're not doing this.
But then you made her more jealous. You know. You're
not doing this.
But did she get more mad? Why are you defending her?
She's still quiet. No, because I told you, you're not doing this. I work with her.
Oh,
and not even that, she's not that type of girl. Stop your shit.
My ex, that's what my ex would do. My Dominican ex, see, I can't slap the shit out of her.
I'm not smacking the shit out of it. It's just a term I use.
My Dominican ex, yo, she ruthless. That bitch, she be quick to be like, then why are you defending her? Yo, she's 9 months pregnant. What makes you think I can do anything with her? Real? But Gilbert, you're still looking at her like that.
Yo, you know what's crazy? Have you ever fucked a pregnant chick?
Damn, do I gotta say it?
No, you don't have to.
I can say it. Fuck
have
it.
you?
Yeah, I can say it. You know I can say it? I can say it. I can say it. Only here, guys. Alright, peep it. Mm-hmm. Alright, yeah, go ahead. Bust me down. Alright, so the girl I was fucking with at the time, she went to Thanksgiving with her ex-boyfriend.
Okay.
So I took it like that's it, we're broken up. We ain't fucking with each other, but now we're really not fucking with each other. Yeah. So I took it upon myself. I didn't even take it upon myself. My ex-girlfriend was in my house for Christmas Eve. Now.
So she was pregnant at the time. You didn't know.
I didn't know she was 2 months pregnant.
But she was. How was it? Because I heard like pregnancy.
I didn't know she was 2 months pregnant.
Pussy be crazy, bro.
I mean, when you fucking an ex, you only hit it from the back. You don't do nothing.
Nah, but I know that. But I heard
but was it
like certain guys I know, they was like, yo, I hit it from I hit like pregnancy pussy, and they were like, not that. I went in raw because she was pregnant already. I was like, I can't.
I mean, I did because that was mine, but I didn't know she was pregnant. And I didn't even know she was fucking somebody. That's what made me stop. Like, that's what makes me really look at people nasty, because I didn't know. And then she disappeared for 2 months. Disappeared, like, didn't talk to me at all. And you know, as a nigga, you're not my girl, so it's cool with me.
Yeah.
But then all of a sudden in February, my birthday and shit, I'm looking for her because I'm like, damn, she had a hit me out. You know, she goes.
She had a belly, bro.
No, she goes, yo, she goes like, yo, I can't. I haven't you because I'm pregnant. You know what I heard her I'm such a dickhead. I responded back to her and said, all right, don't hit me back up. She goes, no, it's not yours, nigga. I was 2 months when we had sex. I'm like, oh, wow, my bad. Why didn't you tell me that? So nasty.
That's bad.
Oh, man. Women are bad, bro. Women are bad.
Women are bad. I would say women can be my downfall.
That's what, you know what gets me mad? You like, I like, that we really can't separate the nastiness that a man or a woman can have. The nastiness is relative to both genders, okay? Because a man will go ahead and fuck a million bitches and not tell one of them. And a woman will do the fucking same. You know, when it comes to being nasty, if you're nasty, that's it. Like, there's no gender-specific nastiness.
No, there's none. I just feel like my mother always taught me, like, if you're going to be a hoe, be a smart hoe. You understand? Like, play your cards right.
Now it's hard to be a smart hoe because... the social media, like, if you're gonna be a smart hoe or a smart person, if you're gonna be a person that cheats in general, you have to be a person that the person that you're cheating with absolutely knows that it can't be no lies.
It can't be, but
you can't be lying. If you're gonna cheat, there's no there's too much there's too much social media. All it takes is one person, one picture, one DM. Why lie about it? Yo, listen, yeah, I got this. But I want to fuck you.
People still done it.
You want to fuck me?
I got mad proof on my phone.
You always keep receipts.
I always keep receipts. I don't play it.
Never get rid of receipts. What? I got video receipts. Oh, shit.
Shut up. Nigga, you blowing up your own spot.
Yo, nah, nigga, yo, my man Eddie, yo, he tells me, so I won a Power 105 competition, right?
Okay.
And I won tickets to a party boat to go, and Young and May was there. It was one of those parties.
Okay.
So I brought Eddie for that extra ticket I had. We're there. I haven't seen Eddie in months, and Eddie goes, "Yo, I got a funny story to tell you." I'm like, "What happened?" He's like, "I've been broken up with my girl, right?" I'm like, "Yeah." He's like, "So we got back together." I said, "Cool." He goes, "But we're broken up again." I said, "Why?" He said, "Because we weren't together. I was fucking this chick and I recorded it on my phone. It got sent to something called the iCloud drive."
Oh yeah.
So when me and my girl broke up, when we got back together, I brought my laptop back to the house, and she went into my laptop and she saw my iCloud drive and she saw me fucking this other man. Look at me. Look at me. You been there?
Not with videos, but I've been there with emails, bro.
With emails?
With emails. And I remember when that happened. We was broken up though, and fuck that, she was doing her. So I was like, whatever. I was so mad. And anyway, when we got together, she went through my emails, and she's like, "You met up with this bitch?" And I was like, "What?
What you talking about?"
I was like, and she's like, "I ain't fucking stupid, whatever." And I was like, first of all, we was broken up.
Like,
and at that, you was doing you, bro. Like, what are you talking about? Yo, she wasn't hearing it. She was like, yo, she quote certain shit from the. I was like,
if you got any dick pics out there?
Nah, I don't have dick pics.
You don't have dick pics? Nah. You know how many dick? Yo, if I get famous, if I get famous,
that's his dick.
Yeah,
nah.
And it's real distinct.
I got a lot.
It's real distinct.
I just got I have a lot of pics like of women like. Tits or ass.
Yeah.
Or like I got this shit. I have one with an ex shorty. She playing with herself like shit like that. That was dope.
Yeah, I love
that.
I love women that are bold.
I was like, oh yeah. And she was DK straight.
I love women that. Oh yeah, they're all fucking straight.
They're straight. I was just like,
straight. Yo, I be laughing, yo. I laugh, yo. Chicks be like, yeah, we straight, but we just kiss.
She's like, oh my God, I don't even know why I'm sending you this. I was like, it's all good though.
That's the best one, V. I don't even know why I'm sending you this. Remember Biggie Smalls? The thing he had on his the skit he had?
Yeah.
Like, I don't even know how to.
Yeah. Swallowing and shit. Good times.
Yo, we've had good times.
Yeah.
Yo.
A lot of good times.
Yo, what? We've had so many nights in your old apartment, G. How's that feel? You ready to move up? You ready to move up?
I'm ready. I had, that was like over 10 years at that apartment, so.
That says a lot, yo. It's like, I think that says a lot for, as a person too, because I've been trying to think about something that I've been holding for 10 years. And I have not one thing.
You know what it was?
Not one thing in my life I have held for 10. Do you understand that? I have not been responsible for one thing in my life.
But there was a reason why I was so responsible with that apartment. And it was because I was so unstable within my life. I moved around so much.
Really?
Yeah. Growing up, I had a very unstable childhood. And I moved around a lot, lived in other people's houses.
How many places did you move to? Let's go to the elementary school list. You do a lot of elementary schools and high schools? I did.
I went to PS 85. Then I went to PS 85. Then I transferred to Our Lady of Mercy. Then I went back to PS 85. Then I went back to Our Lady of Mercy. And then from there, I went to middle school, obviously MS 45. Then I went to Florida. I went to Pierce Middle School.
Okay.
Then I went to high school.
How was Florida?
Ugh.
Did you fit?
I did in a sense, but it's not for me. I noticed that every time I go to Florida, I fuck up.
Really?
In a sense, yeah.
Well, how many times have you taken the reset and gone to Florida?
Twice or 3 times. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, my mother moved. She moved, I think, 3 or 4 times, and I went there like twice to 3 times. Because one time I was just like, I'm not doing it. Like, that's it. Went from Lato High School to Roosevelt. Came back to New York. Went to Roosevelt. And then I dropped out.
Oh, really? You got your GED though, right?
I dropped out. I think I dropped out, like, I was supposed to be, I forgot what grade, like 10th, 11th, but I was still in 9th.
Yeah,
I dropped out.
I dropped out at 12. But I have 46 credits. You need 44 to graduate. but I needed 2 English credits.
Bro, I had like no credits.
Oh no, I cut school, but I had high grades and I passed all my I passed my class. I cut school by like a motherfucker though. I used to cut school like a motherfucker.
I used to cut school to. You know what's crazy? That people used to cut school to like hang out. I used to cut school to babysit, bro.
Oh really?
Yeah, my best friend, her mom, she was like, "Yo, ya pendejas wanna cut school? Here, watch the baby while I go work." So we used to be in her house.
Wow.
And I used to cut school. But I got my GED. I dropped out. I got my GED like 4 months after that. After I dropped out, I got my GED right away. Then I went to school for I went to IAR, Institute of Audio Research.
Yeah, no, they're telling you were getting your rocks off.
Yeah.
Yo, V Henny dropped the track today. Holla. Yeah, the track was dope too.
Yeah, it's that track is very personal.
It's been waiting for a long time.
I've been wanting
but
to.
You know what's good? I think it's so good when you sit on a song because you know it. You feel it.
It was meant to. I know timing is everything.
Mm-hmm.
Cause like I remember when I first like wrote it and then I kept changing it up.
We kept writing that hook. We kept spitting it. We kept spitting it. Yeah.
So it's like now that track was very personal, bro.
I know it was. That track was
very personal.
Same thing with E. Like I think I got the personal. Everything is okay in the studio too. Yeah. Even like I love it though. Like I said it in the last pod. I would last message. I'm not getting no more personal music. There isn't, like, I'm not getting no more personal. You know, I hate to say it. It's going to sound so wrong of me, but it's the truth. That Juice WRLD song, Lucid Dreams.
Yeah, that shit's real.
Hits 10 times harder now that he's dead.
It does, of course. It's going to be like that.
10 times harder now that he, like, now I'm over here like. It's
like when Amy Winehouse passed away, Back to Black was like hit 10 times harder for me because I love Amy Winehouse, but I'm just saying, like, of course it's gonna hit harder because first of all they're not only overdoing it with the track, but now you know, like, we know how he passed away. It was just a sad situation, bro. So you know,
and it gets me. I tell you, I'm on a cusp with drugs. I'm on a cusp, man, because drugs equal pain. For me, drugs equal pain. And then there's another side of it though, because there's people, there's so many people that are able to just have a good time and just chill. They don't need to get fucked up all the time, but when they do, they go all out and then they still about their business.
I think like for me, it's funny because like I wanted to do Mari not so long ago, and it was just because I wanted
by yourself.
Nah.
Oh, you wanted to be in a group?
I just wanted to I wanted to hang out, like be in a group, but I wanted to take Molly because I wanted to numb what I was feeling. So for me, drugs numb or alcohol numbs my pain.
See, drugs.
Because at that moment, I'm like, you already see how I get. Like I'm like.
Drugs aren't a number for me. Drugs aren't a number for me.
It numbs me.
Drugs give me the.
Weed makes me overthink. That's why I don't smoke weed like that.
Oh no, weed is just a part of my diet.
That was funny.
Weed's a part of my diet, yo. You know,
part of your diet.
Watch it, the weed's at the top.
and for like weed, like I don't knock it. I do it. Obviously, we know that I do it here and there. But for me, weed always puts me in a place where I start overthinking. I start analyzing all my issues. Like,
so weed makes you focus on you.
Yeah, and I said like personally, and that's what I don't want.
Yeah.
No, I don't want that.
Yo, like,
because it puts me it puts me down. For me, it puts me down.
When I do other drugs, like I remember when I first started doing Molly, like outside of being in the relationship I was in, when I noticed I was turning addicted to it, when I started seeing the deal all the time, you know, besides like jerking off in my room for 12 hours, I used to get mad work done, like my car, musically, at work. I was making a lot of money. Like drugs similar to what alcohol does. Drugs similar to what, not to ease up. Like I used to sit in my car and get a bottle because I was in pain and I want to cry. I want to cry, so let me drink. That'll make me. Now I'm like, I got something to do. I want to do something.
Yeah.
But like as you get older, the hangovers hit different, yo.
No,
those hangovers hit different, yo.
Your body be hurting.
Yo, those hangovers hit for all day.
I need water. I can't. I'm like, yo, before I even like, you know how many times I'm like, I'm not drinking.
I'm not drinking no more. Yo, I think that's the line of every nigga after 30. I'm not drinking no more.
I'm not doing this shit anymore,
and then 2 o'clock, your man's like, yo, son, you want a Corona? Damn.
Nigga, how many times you came? How many times you came to for us to do the show and you fucking be like,
Y'all bring a six-pack?
and I'm like, bruh.
She didn't even plan this.
I was like, give me, come on, let's do it. I'm still hungry. I think I'm still drunk. How about that?
That's always our Sunday morning, though. There's something about that artistry podcast, though. Like, I realize they have it here. Like, you become something. You become warranted to that camera. No matter who's on the other side watching it, you become warranted to it. Like you in love, you in vogue in it so much. Shit, like you know how the glow I see on you. Like when I'm watching you, like lately you've been posting older episodes.
Yeah.
And I've been looking at it. I'm like, yo, look, even Dwizzy, when Dwizzy shouted out, like you could tell the appreciation because when you get up here, everything changes.
Yeah,
everything you're like, oh shit, this is weird. But it's almost like these are conversations better to have.
Yeah.
Like, this brings the conversation out. That's when you really see a person. Mm-hmm. I used to be so afraid of a camera, yo.
Nah.
Like, oh my God, I hate cameras.
You know what? I'm going to keep it a buck. I did too. When I first started the artistry at a radio station, he used to tell me one time the owner of the radio station came to one of my shows. I remember People's Lounge.
Yes.
Came to People's Lounge.
That was a nice place with the stage through the mirror.
Yeah.
That's where I got that picture. Yeah.
So he was like, yo, why don't you? He's like, I like the way you host. He's like, why you don't bring that same energy to your show? And I was like, because what I felt was like, yo, this is out of my comfort zone. Being being like the artistry. When I first started, the artistry was so out of my comfort zone. So
Why'd you start it?
What?
Why'd you? No, I never asked you this. Why the fuck did you start the artistry?
You know why I started the artistry is because I always had an interest in radio, and I always looked up to Angie Martinez. So because I always had an interest for radio, and at that time, that's when I put my music on hold. And when I decided to come back, I was just like, yo, I want to bring a platform for where, like, I felt like if I'm going to come back, I got to come back hard.
Every time you do.
And so that's when I started the artistry. And so when I started the artistry, it was just like, it was more to, like, come back, have a platform for other artists, for music.
Did you have that indie playlist right away? Like,
yeah.
What have you learned from your nigga? You almost on episode 100, right? We're pushing 100, B.
Yeah.
Like I do this and I'm in fear. When I do this, I'm in fear because I'm always like nothing's right. I'm always in fear. Like I'm looking at your early episodes. Besides like having to change engineers, you've always been pretty much. You follow a schematic. Like you've taught yourself this. That's what's taught me to follow a schematic.
Yeah.
Like. You say you need help with anything because we're used to that, right?
Yeah,
nope,
yeah.
I don't need nothing. There you go. Like my space is smaller, but I got that because of you, because of being organized. The easiest thing you can be.
Yeah.
The way you have templates on your contracts with artists, the way you have niggas don't know. Hear it here first. Her comeback is gonna be crazy strong right now. Her comeback for next year is gonna be crazy strong right now. Like, and that's my thing. You always keep improving. You always keep leveling up. How's your next level up?
The next level up?
How's your next level
First
up?
of all, that shit's gonna leave me broke as fuck.
Got it.
But it's all not exactly.
Scared buddy, you say it to me all the time. Scared
I'm busting my ass for what the level up is coming. Basically, the location is gonna be at a dope clothing store. They have a great following. They really want to work with me. I'm not gonna lie. I hit them up maybe like a week ago, or like about a week ago, and I had told them, I was like, yo, bro, like I can't do it. I'm like, I'm gonna have to tell you, like, thank you for the opportunity, but I can't come up with the money. And it was just like they was like, yo, the owner of the shop was his business partner. I don't know the relationship, so I don't want to, business partner was just like, yo, Amari really likes you, and like people give us $1,000 just for that one Sunday. He's willing to give you this contract because he wants to work with you. He said there's something about you and he wants to work with you. And she was like, what's your budget? And I was like, bro, I still, this is the contract that we have. But she's like, what can you give now? And then you work towards, And I was like, this is how much I could put down. It's still a lot. Still like fucking rent money, But I was like, this is what I can probably do. But you got to give me some time, bro. Like, I just moved out, like.
You got a lot of things going on.
Yeah.
You got a lot of things going on.
So, just the fact that they want to work with me, that's a level up, because for me I wanted that scenario for a very long time.
That setting, that background, everything about that spot, the aura.
Just the aura in itself, and the store is dope. It's
the bro. One thing about you is everything about you is BX.
It's crazy because I was contemplating with you when you was like, oh, Queens, and I was like, then they gave me another spot in Times Square. Yeah, and I was like, damn, that's
major though.
That is major, but there was just like, it was to be part of a radio station.
To be like host on it, to be part of
like it will be the artistry on a radio station.
You didn't want that. That's where you came from.
Exactly.
You learned to label. I saw you. I remember those days. I went to your first. This is where you first called me arrogant. That's when you first called me arrogant.
Yeah, I remember that.
You was like, yo, nigga, like you coming off way too. You're not that hard. You're not. You're not that hard, G. You need to stop. Listen. I understand, but relax. Alright, continue.
Nah, but so like they wanted I can get it was about like putting the artistry at this radio station, and I had sat down with Scott. Not sat down. I called Scott. I'm like, yo, Scott, I need your opinion. Because, me and Scott was always thinking about ways on how to level up. So I was like, what do you think? Like, should I do it? Like, what? He's like, yo, V, like, he said, you work so hard to have the artistry become the artistry. You left the radio, you left the independent radio station to start your own platform. And the way your platform is growing, he's like, it's like a step back. And he was like, you can do it, but he's like, get your own space. So when he said that, I was like, nah, fuck that. I'm not doing radio. Like, the only way I'm going to do radio if it's like, if it's satellite or like, if it's beneficial, yeah.
Like Joe Budden doing Complex. Like if it's something where it's going to give you something to your name as well. Like, you don't want to be an add-on to somebody else's, like, just brand or name.
Because it would have been like the artistry on, and then it would have been like everybody else's logo. I'm not using other people. I'm no disrespect to everybody else.
Or they would have just tried to transform you to just work for them and forget your artistry.
Exactly, and that was the issue when it was like when I started the artistry, people used to give shout outs to the other radio station instead of the artistry, and I was like, yo, bro. So I was like, nah, I'm not, and I'm not that I'm like selfish or anything like that, but it's like, bro, I worked too hard for the artistry to become the artistry show, So it's like, nah. So the level up that I'm gonna do for 2020, it's gonna be insane because we have the new location, new time. We have the artistry is now gonna be on all platforms.
Holla.
So
all your artists, get your shit together.
Yeah,
so we can play our fucking music.
Yeah, for real, yo. Like literally, like
everybody.
Like people don't realize you can really monetize.
Yeah, you don't have to own you don't have to own your publishing. Like I'm doing my homework. Your BMI, your ASCAP. Yes, you got to pay for that. Yes, that's where you own your licensing to your words. But if you can't afford that, you can still make money.
Put it like this, bro.
Off of fucking monetizing your regular song.
YouTube just now became a streaming platform for the billboards. You understand?
I just saw.
And I'm like,
you said that. Bert said that, right?
Yeah, Bert said that. I'm like, that's fucking great. And
Bert came to life out of nowhere.
Yeah, but Bert
came to life out of nowhere.
Bert and I always talking.
I love it though.
But that shit was funny
because he got a genius about him. He's like the Black Albert Einstein.
Yeah. Fucking, he's still part of the team. Fuck that.
Nah, yo, Bert still fuck with it. Like, but that's what you said back to, like what you said, like about having a team. Like not everybody got to be a star. I had this conversation with King Neptune, and he just like I'm not an actor. He put something on me. He said that's the problem. I said, yo, the problem is everybody wants to be a wolf, and you have to have sheep. And then he goes, see, that's the problem. You don't only have to be a wolf or a sheep, nigga. You could be an elephant, or you could be a And he went off. I'm like, oh yeah, you're right. Yo, you're right. You're right. It's not all about wolf and sheep. everybody plays a role, even if it's small or simple.
But that's the thing. We live in a narcissistic world. We keep saying this. We live in a narcissistic world where everybody wants to be that it thing. And not everybody has that thing
To be the it.
So you have to, that's how I chose whether I wanted to be an artist or do this. Because I realized, I'm like, yo, bro, I know I'm good lyrically. I know I can spit. I know I can write.
So what are you recording for?
That's to release some pain.
That's to get that shit out.
To release whatever I have anger in me.
So can I look forward to like a 5-6 track EP?
I would do an EP,
year?
but
Probably.
it would be like for fun.
Nah, just to add to your EPK.
Yeah.
Oh, I sound like you.
Yeah. You've been around me. You're growing.
I sound like
but
you.
for my music, and that's what I had I had this conversation with someone. I said, if I'm being back into music, it's because it's for fun.
Yeah.
My main focus is the artistry, the art of music.
Yep.
And V Henny as a brand.
I realize, doing this. I saw but when you came here today, I was you heard the beat. I was gonna record. I'm ready to record that song. I've sat on it for like 2 months. I'm ready to record it. I got the words down, and I'm just like today I noticed. I'm like, damn, because I made another YouTube account, for the clips. Mm-hmm. So I came out with the formula in my head. Mm-hmm. I take the end part of my intro, so it says just bring it to the table, and then all the clips. So for example, E-Cast was talking about homosexuality. So
what he was saying about homosexuality.
Oh man, you didn't look back at it?
Nah, I gotta.
E-Cast got I had to smooth it out because this is my platform, and I understand where he was coming from, but I don't think a lot of people will. So I had to smooth it out in a way where I understand where his point of anger came from. His point of anger came from pedophilia and pedophilia in the Catholic Church. His point of anger came from that. That's where it came from. So that's where I tried my best to let priests and those nasty men, don't attach yourself to groups that stand for being yourself. Like the LBGT, the alphabet people, they stand for loving yourself and loving who you want to love. In a generalized. I know it's more, but generalized, right? Now, E-Cash was making the point that a pedophile, a priest, a pedophile who's a pedophile, will attach himself to those communities to have defense. He was making this point.
Okay.
And he was saying that the alphabet people would embrace him.
No.
This is the point that.
Get your shit together.
But I understand what point. This is why I had to smooth it out because he was saying it wrong. I understand what he's saying.
Now, my thing is that with that, and then I guess he was.
He had examples, though. He had examples. That's why.
It is what it is. But you can't say.
You know why there's always going to be examples? Because there's 8 billion people in this world. There's always going to be examples of something.
But you can't say that the LGBT embrace or come
no, that they would defend that.
They would defend what? Absolutely not. If anything, the Bible. If anything, we're like the sinners.
Are you guys? Is that LGBT? Well, that's what I was going to ask. That's a good question. Since you say that, are you guys religious? No, but are you guys religious?
Everybody's different. You guys, That's like
the majority group.
That's like asking a black person.
Is there a percentage? Is there a percentage of
no,
the
everybody's
LGBT
different.
community?
That's like asking me if I'm Republican or Democratic.
I think that's where he has.
Because you have Republican
but that's where
gay
I think
people.
That's where I think that he.
That just sounds ignorant.
The only reason he has. That's why I only think that. See how it sounds ignorant? That's why I think he has a little bit of an argument because. Who's to say any of those people won't defend pedophilia?
No, you can't say that. And I would love to have
that's a broad spectrum.
Because you can't be in my DM now making a comment like that, and then I'm gay, bro. I know. So now I can take this personal.
No, but he didn't. I don't.
I'm not, but I can if I want to. What? I choose not to. I choose not to take something personal like that.
I don't think he meant it personal.
No, I know that, but I could be another one choose not to take it personal because. I'm not gonna allow ignorance.
And not even that. I think if you honestly, and I would love that because you mentioned, you said it, a conversation. I would love it. You know why? Because I can't come from a standpoint of being homosexual because I'm not. So all I can say is when I was smoothing it out because all I can say is
that's like me asking you, hey, so you as a heterosexual, what is it that you eat?
No, that even more than that. That's like saying even you as a heterosexual being okay with pedophilia.
What is it?
It's a broad question.
Are you religious
okay with that?
or you?
Yeah, no, I get it. No, but that's why I said he was wrong in his delivery, and he's probably wrong with maybe the way he processed it in his head. The way I got it was the way I opened up the conversation. The root of the anger was priest in Catholic Church getting away with this murder. That's religion
I don't know, aspects.
But he took religion into something. He's not the only person there's a lot of I'll go there. There's a lot of older Spanish men, and there's a lot of older men in general, and there's a lot of Spanish men in general that their take
so what about the men? What about the men that rape
very
women?
Weird.
What about the men that rape women?
They're nasty and they think they're fine.
So, but then I can look at heterosexuals and be like,
that's nasty.
But so it goes, but you can't.
I know. I'm not
saying you.
Oh yeah, no, yeah.
I'm not saying you.
Yeah,
yourself,
but I get it. Like
it's like a double standard.
I get it, and that's the problem.
Now I'm gonna look at him, and I'm gonna tell him too. Like I'm gonna look at you, mad different, my guy. Like because.
Nah, I think what you need to do is, I think you need to look at the podcast because I'm paraphrasing. I think you need to look at the podcast.
Like you sound real ignorant, bro. Like,
but I'm telling you the way I'm telling you.
No, I'm gonna definitely look at it. But
no, I think you should look at it because you should take it. Not only you should take a person for what they say, but you should take a person for how their demeanor is. So I think you should look at it, and not only that, what did Jay-Z say? Don't believe nothing what you see, half of what you hear. So it's like that's 3 strikes. Mm-hmm. 3 strikes are telling you, yeah, we'll sit down after this, and like after we're done, I will go back to my YouTube just so I can show you it before you leave, just so you take it for what you took it as. But through our conversation, yeah, like this is like I understand his POV on it. I can get his POV on it. It doesn't. I'm not saying he's wrong. I'm not saying he's right. I'm just saying his delivery is not very smooth. That's why, like, being on your artistry. Anytime I do something wrong, right, or get out of line, or even hosting, what you quick to fucking. You don't smooth me out, nigga. You nudge me with an elbow. You let me know. Don't do that again. You understand? Like, you can do that to me.
Yeah.
You can do that to me because it's me, and you can do that to me. Now, not all people understand that or have that. Not all people can be nudged like that. You understand? Like saying they're not all gonna get it, or they get it differently. That's why I think his conversation is taken differently or is differently because his nudge is differently. I can't defend or speak on a case because I ain't in those positions.
Yeah, no.
But I would love for y'all to have that. Like, but that's what I took from him, and I think that comes from, like I said, I'm being a little bit stereotypical, and I hate
ignorance.
I hate it. But ignorant comes in all forms.
Exactly.
And that's the shit. It comes in all flavors. Being ignorant about skin color, being ignorant about what you like,
your sexuality,
like
your preferences, your religion, beliefs. Like that's just ignorance in a whole because. You can't. I'm not saying you can't because you are any human being can do whatever the fuck they want. You can. You wanna put 2 and 2 together as a priest molesting these kids. You wanna combine them to the LGBT standards and say that we defend them in a sense. It's not. To be honest, no. But then again, it's like me as a woman who's been abused by a man more than once, and then at that point it's like, come on, and this is a straight man, so then I can look at the hetero, and this is not a reason why I'm gay. That's another thing that where people be like, oh, well, maybe you was abused because, and this maybe why you're like, no, stop that. It has nothing to do with that. Like, this is just fortunately it is who I am, and it was a battle for me. I had to learn to forgive. I had to learn to not only forgive the person, the 2 people that did that shit to me, but I had to learn to forgive myself. I have to in order to move forward. I have to move forward from that. Because it's not that I'm over it, because it will always be there, and it will always be a part of me and how I was raised. But I learned to not have that overcome me. I learned to not have that control me in many aspects, because it did. It controlled me in a negative way, and I was a very angry person. I blamed a lot of people I blamed my father for a lot of shit, and for him, because of what we went through, I blamed him. This is because of you putting my mother through this. This is what I had to go through, and and I hated him for it. Because if you would have been a real man and took care of your responsibility, this probably would have never happened.
Were you older?
But when I had that conversation with my father?
No, when it happened.
No, I was younger. One of them I was really young, and the other one I was like preteens. So the first time I was like really young.
That shit must hit different.
So, you know, but then I could be another one and hate heterosexuals, right? Or like be ignorant towards, you know, like whatever. I could be like all men, or like you know, I don't hate men. I don't exactly.
You could be a man.
And I don't hate men. If anything, I love all types of people. I love.
You could be that bitch that cuts off penises.
And that's why I said it's all ignorance. Or it's all ignorance. You can't just pinpoint this particular situation to everybody else.
No,
you understand?
You can't.
So
especially a group of people.
Yeah.
That's being very unsafe.
Yeah,
you know,
it is.
being very unsafe. That's why I said, like, when he did it on my platform, everybody's entitled to their own opinion. The best that I can smooth it out, because I can't speak for him.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he could only speak for himself, and he could only address himself when he gets addressed. But the best I can do is take my standpoint on it from what I understood from it.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't understand so much about how, like, nigga, the only person that could defend somebody doing something bad in my eyes is a lawyer, right? And a really good one to get you out of it.
Yeah.
There ain't no group of people that, like, no matter if they're fans, no matter if you're like little Bow Wow and they're your groupies, like, no matter, like, there's no group of people that can defend you and say that it's okay what you're doing.
Yeah.
And it be okay. You know, because even a lawyer defending you is just getting you out of your trouble.
What about you know? It's just that's a topic.
That's what I said,
I think that's a very sensitive topic for a lot of people. I think religion.
Hell yeah.
Sex is.
Religion, I think, is getting softer though. I think sex is getting more. Like, well, you gotta remember, like, we live in New York, but I know when we go in a lot of other places.
It depends on the person, because some people are reserved with that, or they're like
reserved with what? Being sexuality. I'm saying it depends on other places. They can't even. They're so scared they'll never come out the closet.
No, you know what's crazy in the state of Texas?
What?
You cannot
what?
say you're gay until you're 18.
Get the fuck out.
If not, you could get arrested.
Get the fuck out of here. Mm-hmm. Can I Google this?
Go ahead, Google it. I know somebody who lives in Texas. They told me that.
Can I get the fuck out of here?
Yeah, like you can, as a teenager, you cannot be like out there, like you can't say you're gay until you're 18, because that you know, once you're 18 you're legal and you have more, I guess.
Wait, so being gay is illegal? Is that what Texas is telling me?
I think so.
Texas is telling me to be gay is illegal. Yo, my nigga, I'm a lesbian, so I'm never going to Texas because I'm a lesbian. All right.
But you over age now. That's crazy. Look it up. I believe
wait, hold on. How did you word that?
In the state of Texas.
In Texas,
you have to be 18 in order to
you have to
claim,
be,
I guess, your sexual
18
preference
to be. Let's see. In the state of Texas, fucking.
That's crazy.
Fuck Texas. How old do you have to be? Sorry, the Texas marriage license laws. No, a person
LGBT. I'll look into it. Hold up. But that's crazy though, yeah.
If you're looking at a number of gay households in Texas, it's inaccurate. It don't say Texas specifically. When I said what, but it says how old you have to be gay. I don't believe they have answers for this.
Yeah, well, I know. I'm not like. Yeah, I know somebody who lives out there, and apparently
I could believe it. You know, I could
they
believe
said
it.
They had told me, they were like, because their daughter was like saying I'm gay, and they had to tell them like
Yo,
what the fuck is wrong with you?
You see what happened? You see the heat that Dwayne Wade and what's his wife's name? What's Dwayne Wade? You know his wife, the bitch from Bad Boys.
Oh God, she's so pretty.
The bitch from Bad Boys.
Gabrielle Union.
Yes, you know they have a gay son.
Okay.
No, they're getting heat for it because they had his birthday party, and at his birthday party, he had a wig on and long nails, and he's only like 13 or like a kid, and they they were getting heat for it on Twitter and all that shit. I was just like. I
mean, at the end of the day, that's your kid. It is. I mean,
it's
listen,
kid.
I don't have a kid. I don't have kids, so the only thing, I'm gonna say something, and it's gonna sound very contradicting, right?
Why? I love this.
Yeah, because of my sexual preference and everything, right? Because it's not easy being gay, right?
Okay.
Would I want my child to like be gay in a sense? Like, I'd be like, like I would just tell them like it's not easy, you know. I would definitely accept my kid for who they are.
Of course.
But it's not easy growing up gay, you know. No. But
it's not easy growing up with any stigma.
Like people gotta understand. Like even now,
they say tall people go crazy. They say tall people bug out.
Everybody go. Yo, and I'm like, yo, you stay. To this day and age, you would think we're in 2019 going on 2020. We still deal with all of that
problems. Like, yo, my man Les is 6 foot. Yo, my man Les 6'7".
I went to a restaurant and I got like maybe a month ago or 3 weeks ago.
What?
And I had it, and it, yeah.
Yeah. And you knew it right away, right after.
I didn't peep it like that towards the ending of it. I was like, yo, what the fuck? But the person that I was with, like, she was like, yo, bro, like, they all looking at us. Like, we was in an authentic Chinese spot, and it was just like...
But you can't do that with Asian places. Asian places aren't fair. You go to Main Street, you get that. Asian places aren't fair. But you know what's fucked up? When you come out, you start speaking Chinese because you know what you want to order. Yeah, let me get a chao su bao. They'll be like, oh, shit.
Oh, shit.
Yo, they don't know what the fuck to do. They over here, okay. They don't know what the fuck
it's like certain Asians that be speaking Spanish.
Yeah, oh, I love those, though. Yeah, I love those, yo. Like, I was watching this documentary on, there's these Asian Negroes that are abandoned in Africa.
Really?
Yeah, they migrated to Africa, and they're African Americans, and they're Chinese, and they're abandoned. They live in villages. They don't speak languages. They're fucking, but the Chinese black.
That's crazy.
But I find that sick about us, though.
But it's just people in general. I think that's what the human race is just insane, bro. Like,
we're crazy, yo. Say my man Les, yo, 6'7", yo. When I first moved out to Jersey, I met him at the bar down the block, right, from my aunt's house. So I used to go there, like once every Friday. Yo, you know, like a herb. I don't know anybody in the hood, but I'm going to the neighborhood bar. I thought this is what adults do, right? I'm an adult. I'm in a new hood. No, and I talked to my aunt and my uncle and, like, my cousin. I'm like, yeah, niggas don't go. They're like, nah, never really. I'm like, all right, I'm going to go down there. And I run into this dude, 6'7". My man Les is 6'7", African-American dude. And not, like, slender, but... his presence, his voice, his demeanor, he's intelligent. So I was like, I clicked with him automatically. And then I'll never forget, he goes, yo, we're smoking a bowl, right? He goes, yo, you want to hit this? And he gives me the bowl, and he goes, so you going to do? You going to stay out in Jersey? And I'm like, I don't know yet, man. I think I might get a crib in New York. He's like, man, for what, man? I live around the corner. You stay out in Jersey, B. Trust me. You be all right with me. I'm like, what? Yo, what's that? I spent the next, 6 months in Jersey. I swear to God, I was with him every weekend. He worked for Newport.
Okay.
So he would go to bars, and if you give him your ID and your email, he gives you a coupon for Newport, packs of Newports for $6 right there on the spot.
Oh, shit.
So we go to bars, all he does is meet people. So you got a 6'7" black person walking around with a presence like, oh!
Yeah.
And all he's doing is talking to people, and I'm just tagging behind him.
Yeah.
I love Jersey, B.
So
for that reason I loved it, because I was always in a hot spot.
Yeah.
And then I would fix, I know how to fix cars because my pop. So I would, he would get cars off the lot. Like, right now he works for a car dealership, but he came up because he used to get cars, go to an auction, buy cars, bring them back, and really he didn't really know how to fix them, so he would buy them and just flip them.
Okay.
When I met him and I started seeing the cars, I'm like, Nicholas, first minivan, yo, like in an hour, I fucking zip tied the doors. I had everything fixed, everything working. He's like, damn, you just did that? Like, yeah, like he sold it for more money. That's why our relationship was great, because it was just like, I would chill, just go out. Whenever we went to a club, he would hate it. He's the tallest person in the club.
I mean, I'm
hands
sure.
down. There ain't nobody there 6'7". Hands down, he's the tallest person in there. Not a baller, so he ain't got no chains on him, no security on him. So nobody around him is a gorilla. He would hate it, and you know who he hate more? When I would walk away, because now he can't see me, but I could see him. I'm like everywhere. Look at, I'm texting you. I got you, my nigga. Don't worry, I got your back. Yo, nigga everywhere.
Yo, that's funny, yo.
But everybody has a stigma about them, yo.
Nah,
Everybody got some weird shit that they. That's why when I see people that are just cocky, I'm just like, damn, how y'all do it? I wish I knew how to. I wish I knew how to turn on your shit. How do they turn on that cockiness?
What you mean? I mean, at the end of the day, that's funny. How can you turn on your cockiness? There's no cockiness. I'd rather be. It's funny because I feel like I can't be cocky. I used to be cocky though. Don't get me wrong. My shit right now is more of a confidence sense, and it's like right now I learned to be confident and humble. And this is what people be like, oh, you get me upset with this. You need to turn your cockiness on because. And I'm like, bro, you know what it is? I
tell you let your nuts in.
Yeah, but you know what? I feel like cocky. To be cocky, you have to. It has to do with your low self-esteem. To be confident is because you believe in yourself. There's a difference between cockiness and confidence.
Or cockiness is maybe something they see you as. But cockiness is something that you don't have to be too. They're gonna see you as that, cause nigga,
I don't think people see me as cocky, but I think a lot of people see me as confident.
You are, but I maybe they're both.
I don't know because I feel like that's cocky. I feel like cocky, it's being arrogant. And a lot of people who are arrogant, and we all have we're moments. Human beings, right? So we have our moments where we have our low self-esteem or whatever it is that you're dealing with, you know?
Yeah. But
cockiness falls under ego. And I feel like ego can be a big downfall to a person because it falls under, for me, like I said, there's only two real emotions in life. And I feel like, and I go by this very hard. It's two real emotions in life, and that's fear and that's love.
Mm-hmm.
Everything you do it with love, right? Everything else falls ego, that cockiness, the arrogance, jealousy, all that's fear. You're fearing something inside, whatever it is that you're dealing with and battling with within yourself. This is a spiritual aspect within myself. This is what the books that I'm reading, the things that I'm practicing, you know. So for me to be cocky where I'm at now is not that. It's not about letting my nuts hang or being like, oh, like, nigga, claim what's yours. And I'm like, I do claim what's mine. But I also am humble enough to realize that the same way I'm going up, you could fall down.
Yeah.
And sometimes people are so cocky, they're so up there, when they fall, they sometimes don't even know how to fucking pick themselves up. Because they got
blinded by the fact they could fall.
And that's why I keep myself humble. Because I'm prepared for the fall, just in case. So I know how to take those steps. And that's because I felt many times, because of my arrogance, because of my cockiness in the past, where I was like, nah, motherfucker, like, this ain't, it's like, it's me, or this ain't happening, and then when shit hit the fan, I end up not being in a great place. I end up being in a place where I didn't even know how to deal with it, So, do I want to be cocky? No. I don't. How do I turn on my confidence? That's just me, who I am. I'm secure with who I am.
You developed that.
Yeah, I developed that. But that also falls into I am secure with who I am. That all falls under everything that I went through in life. Being secure with my sexuality, being secure with my spirituality, with battling the whole religion, spiritual world, all that. That was a big thing because I dated someone who was religious. I dated a lot of women who are religious, and I dated one person where she grew up in a religious household. And if anything, the bitch thought I worshiped the devil, and I'm like, why? Because I'm spiritual? Because I don't follow the guidelines? If anything, I'm not accepted by the religious world and by religion.
Nope, you're a sinner.
So I'm not saying that I'm not damning everybody. I've been to church, yeah.
Would you go back to church? Would you turn
that
on?
I would go. I mean, it's okay for me. Like, for me, I've gone. I don't, like, I'm trying to see when, maybe like 2 months ago, I walked into a church.
¿Pa qué?
I just wanted to talk to God. Or I just wanted to talk, like, I just prayed, whatever. There was no service. It was just me. I walked in. I said my whatever, and then I walked out. I don't need to. I don't need validation. I don't need to show people like, oh, I am a child of God. I already know I'm a child of God. I know I'm a child of light.
It's that you're you know, when you know I could think that I'm woke or I'm self-aware or anything. No, you're super self-aware. You're super self-aware. You know what I mean? Like that. It's good to see a God show chinks in its armor, though.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like at one end of the spectrum, I'll see you super self-aware, and I'll see you, you maneuver and you learn from your lessons, and it's a confidence.
Mm-hmm.
I get it. And then on the other end, when you called me, that I said, come here. The only resolution I could give you because of your tone of your voice was come here. It's good to see it.
I thank you for that, because today was an emotional day for me.
I bet.
So that's why I was just like,
you say you took notice to your situation.
yeah, that shit is.
That'll do it to you. Because you were moving at 155 miles an hour for the past week, right? 2 weeks?
Oh, my God.
And now, all of a sudden, you just went to zero. You stopped your car. The car just said,
that shit was like, and everything
put,
just.
put.
Yeah. That shit just like, it hit me.
And I think that's why I caught you at such a great time with this pod, because it was this nigga. This is probably like right now we're rolling into the next 2 or 3 weeks of Christmas time.
I know.
So it's family time. There's no time for bullshit. There's no time for it's get your gifts. It's get your head right. Go see your family, be together, and wrap your head around 2020. For people like us, though, it's something more, because you got shows. You got bigger responsibilities. You have a toy drive. You have the things that you have to worry about next. So you don't only have to be involved with that. Me personally, my family means so much to me, because I don't want to be the person that allows my misery and discomfort from missing my sister so much that I avoid everybody. So I'm trying. My job for this December is to make sure I go see absolutely everybody that means something to me, to prove to myself my misery didn't overcome me for how much I'm missing her. And that will roll me into my 2020.
And didn't I say that like maybe a few minutes ago or so? Like, that's why I forgave with what I went through, because I didn't want that pain. I didn't want that abuse that was done to me to overcome me. So I learned to forgive those two people that did that to me, and I learned to forgive myself, because I felt disgusted within myself as well. You understand? Like it makes a so that's where it all falls under with you, as far as like you don't want your pain and your misery to overcome you, and so you're trying to take the next step to heal yourself. Are you fully healed? It's still gonna be there.
Everybody tells you that. Everybody tells you that. It's not gonna. It might never go away.
But it'll put you in a better mental and emotional state of mind.
It's a weird thing to be. It's a weird thing to have this battery on my back, though. To be so influenced, like I told Measure, like my pen's been up to par. Like the music's been up to par. I've never been the metaphor person, but what I'm speaking about, how I'm letting things out, and the way I'm expressing myself, and the actions I'm taking, the things I'm learning, everything has been up to par. Can I level up? Always. That's always the case. But that's what you look for, level up. The fact that I've been walking towards the level up. The other side of that coin is really sucky, yo.
It is.
Like the other side of that coin really sucks, bro. Like it's everything. The reason why I do everything else.
And it's gonna continue.
And
you're still gonna get hit.
Nobody. And I don't expect people to. But when you're so vocal, right, Nico, and I appreciate you for that. I almost said your name again. Well, where you separate, where you separate V and V Henny. The way you separate them with your platform, with your shows, it's something to be in awe with. Because I'll be goddamn if I don't walk around almost part-time. Like, don't get me wrong, I tell jokes and we have a good time and I have fun, but for the most part, bro, my skin's on my sleeve. Like, I wear my heart on my sleeve. You know, like, for the most part, like, it's not. And don't give me a half an hour set on a stage. You're gonna absolutely. I could have this ignorant music. There's things to make people go crazy, but for the most part, I'd rather spit shit that makes you fucking think and bleed and want. This is what I like. It bothers me that pain. I like it. I indulge in it. It pushes me for the. It's not even a push. It's just it makes me analyze. It makes me analyze things that are good. It makes me look at things that are so good. Like,
you never seen my board? Have you ever really paid attention to my board when you used to come to my house? You remember how I had two boards? I had the chalkboard, and then I had another board, and I wrote I wrote goals and
yeah.
I always have a quote, not a quote. I always have something. I don't know if you paid attention, but I always put pain as my motivation, and that's a good thing and a bad thing.
That's why I don't want to put it that way. That's why I'm trying to figure out how to put it. I'm trying to figure out how for it not to be that way.
But that's gonna come in time because I'm learning now to like.
I don't want it to be that way.
You don't, and that's because you over it. I feel like that's how now I don't want that to be that way. I used to take that pain and that shit would motivate me. Now is that I'm like, I need another set of motivations because it can't be this pain. I can't continue putting myself through this.
And you've gotten there, man. And like my wounds are so fresh that like, I can't even listen to When Will I See You Again by fucking Babyface. I was in the fucking bathroom yesterday morning crying.
Yeah.
I can't hear that shit. I'm over here in the shower like, oh my god, I can't. Fuck. And I'm like, god damn. And then I get out the shower and I know my house. You know your responsibilities, right? You know you should pull your shit together. So I gotta pull my shit together. You know what I mean? Like I get it right away. And when I pull my shit together, I get here. I get here. I get here. I get to work.
Yeah.
Oh shit. Let me post this next song. Hold up. Let me get this next clip. Let me get this. You know what I mean? Like I get here. But I need to get to a point where that isn't the reason why. Like, I don't want to have to fucking cry, let off this bunch of steam.
But sometimes you have to let that cry. I learned I'm not a crier, right? But I am a crier. If that makes sense, right? I don't cry. Like, I am an emotional thug, right? In a sense. I'm not a thug.
You're a TUG.
A thug. But I learned because I had this conversation with someone who helped me a lot. My cousin helped me a lot within this year. I feel like this year was such a tough year for me emotionally. Oh my god, in many ways. And my cousin taught me to be like, she's argued with me like, yo, son, you have to cry, V. Stop trying not to cry. Like, I see you battling yourself. And I'm one of those because I grew up that when you cry, you're being weak. That's a sign of weakness.
This nigga used to say, nigga, don't you ever cry, nigga. Nobody ever sees you cry. You hear me? You hear me? Stop crying. And he's a man talking to a man. I'm like, fuck, all right.
Nah, but this is why, like, you have your, what's his name? You have your Charlemagne, or you have those who are speaking on like mental health and
the anxiety.
They're saying how black men or men in general.
You think Johnny Lucas's shit is real or his shit is a gimmick? I think it's real. Okay,
I think it's real.
I'm just asking. I haven't looked into it.
And I think it is good to be vocal about it because there was a stigmatism where men are not supposed to cry or not supposed to allow be emotional.
No.
And this is why mental health. This is why men have depression, have this and have that, and they don't take the necessary steps to better themselves, hence the reason why they have bad relationships. And I'm not saying just like girlfriend, boyfriend, or what boyfriend,
in general.
Just relationships in the whole when it comes to family, friends, loved ones. Because you find yourself snapping quicker, going through these emotional distraughts that it puts you in a bad space. And then you have people where they're at one point, they're not going to want to be around that energy. That's why you have to. If you're gonna cry. If you don't want to cry in front of people, then that's fine. But see, don't be so. But don't you have to let that pain.
Don't mask it with a muscle. Like, don't mask it with some negative energy. Don't mask it like I understand that, like, you know.
Don't think that you're being weak.
Her brother had issues, right? My brother had issues, but one thing I would notice is that he always he always had to be he had a childish mind, but in a world of like apes, he always would stick to an ape. You know what I mean? He wasn't able to be one. He would rather stick to one, and I couldn't get it. You know, like I couldn't get how his head couldn't get out of it. You know, like he wouldn't leave a certain mentality of a 15-year-old, and it's because it was never addressed.
Yeah.
You know, it's because I know maybe he had problems, but it was never addressed. You know, you gotta address these things as well. You gotta have these conversations, and you gotta push certain people in directions to heal themselves and fix themselves. Like, and I think that's where, like, we don't have these conversations. Like, yo, people rather just like. It's one thing to keep your emotions in, what you go through at home. You don't want to talk about it, fine. But it's another thing to let it reflect out on the world, because now you put up a shield, and this shield is very hard to penetrate through. Because why should I really give a fuck that much about you? If you want to be a dick and you don't want to let me in, don't mean nothing to me. You don't mean nothing to me. You know, like, and people take that for granted until you're alone, or you make a dumb decision, or you go ahead and fucking hurt somebody that's close to you. Like, is this dumbass nigga?
Because you're not taking you're not taking the necessary steps to better or improve yourself emotionally, mentally.
Facts.
So that's why, again, it's very that's why it's very important I feel like it's very important for anyone. I always told a lot of people, this year I took the time to like really be alone. And I told myself I want to be alone. I wanted to be celibate, everything, all that, right? And I was like, I decided to go that route, right? This year, when I decided to do that, it was because I wanted to dig deep. Because my last relationship, as much as I loved that girl, and as much as I did so much to make that relationship work, it took me to a dark place. That relationship made me realize the shit that I was holding in from childhood. You understand? It brought demons from childhood. Like, for my mother to sit down and tell me, one time in an argument that I had with my ex, and for my mother to tell me and was like, I'm very mad, I'm very disappointed in you. She's like, I'm upset with you and I'm disappointed in you because you grew up seeing everything what your everything that your father did to me, and as your mother, not only as your mother, but as a woman.
She gave you the disappointment role?
Yeah, she was like, and not only as a woman, but not only as your mother, but as a woman, you should never do that to someone else. And I was like, Ma, but I tried my hardest not to come out of character. And she's like, I don't give a fuck. Whatever the other person does to you, don't ever come out of character. And because of that talk, and because of how toxic that relationship became, was the reason why I decided to want to be alone. This is why I decided to not want to have sex with anybody, everybody has their preference. I decide because I feel like once sex is involved with people, that's another energy you are exchanging with someone else. You understand?
Yo, and you know one thing about sex, right? People don't understand. It's like, as human beings, you got germs that make up your body. I got germs that make up my body. Sometimes even people having sex, they'll catch like bumps and skin things and all that. Certain germs aren't supposed to mix. You're making a decision in your brain and your soul and your body to have
we have like nasty diseases out there.
Like
so we don't want that either. Like, but not only that you have.
Thank you for being here.
No, thank you for having. I thank you for this. I needed this.
Thank you for being here. You never talked about this shit before, right?
Nah.
Nah.
Let's do this. I'm not taking the whole shot. But not only that do you have people that you're sharing fluids with,
facts,
and you could catch whatever disease, but again, you're exchanging energy.
Yep.
So anyway, so like I was like,
you me.
Yeah, you know. So for me, that's how I look at sex. Sex is very intimate for me. So anyway, so like me decided to wanting to be alone was because I wanted to fully heal. I want to, and I'm not going to heal just within a year. But those whole 9, 11 months, whatever, it's now that I'm starting to now come out my shell. Now it's that I'm dating, whatever. But the whole, 10 months, you could say?
By yourself.
I was by myself. I can't front. Maybe like 6 months of this year, I fell into the whole ex routine where she showed her face. That's an ex.
That's different.
Yeah, and when that happened, that fucked me up. Hence the reason why I did the song. Because that song, why it became so personal is because that song, I was so hurt because I thought, okay, I might have a chance again, and boom, that was like no. So whatever, but it made me dug deep, but it made me realize that because of the way I grew up, the way I came, how my anger is, my communication, my attitude, the way I shut down.
The way
I was never that type to let's talk about it. I was more the type I don't want to hear it, and walk away. I don't want to hear it.
You just walk away?
Yeah, I don't want to hear it. And she'll be in my face like, no, you're going to hear it. And I'm like, I don't
what's her nationality?
Puerto Rican Dominican.
Oh, she following you around the house.
Puerto Rican Dominican.
Fuck you. Get the fuck away from me.
I don't want to hear it.
Get the fuck away. I don't want to talk right now.
I'm like, yeah, bro.
I know. I'm talking to you. I don't want to talk right now.
Yeah, nigga, you have no idea.
I don't want to talk right now.
Like, oh,
no,
we talking.
You're going to talk to me.
And that shit, and then you don't understand that. That shit gets you even more mad.
Because they'll follow you to the bathroom. Yeah. They'll follow you to the bathroom.
Can I fucking pee?
To the car. To the fucking, you trying to smoke a cigarette, you want to go to the store. No, they'll text you. No, but we got to talk about this. It's not.
But that relationship it didn't tend like that though. Puerto Rican Dominican. So.
But Puerto Rican women, that's the Puerto Rican trait though. Dominican women don't do that. They're evil, but Puerto Rican women stalk you.
But that's what I'm saying. So imagine both.
Stalk you.
So but it was
an evil stalker.
But it became physical. Because it was like, I don't want to hear it, and then the pushing.
She pushed you?
Yeah, it would be, it just the pushing, you're gonna hear, and then like the hands, like, yo, chill, like whatever, like it was just crazy. So it turned, but that's why my mother was like, you're not your father, or you're not, I've been in 2 abusive relationships, how dare you become that person? Like you saw me and throughout certain things. I've seen as a child. I've seen my mother. I've seen crazy shit, bro.
Did she hit you first?
That's why I was like, I was pushed. And
I'm asking you. I know what your
mom
told you. There was times that she hit you
90% of the time, yes.
90% when you hit her first?
The last, towards the ending, it was just like...
Where you were slapping her up?
It was just like, yo, get the fuck out of my face, bro.
Were you slapping her up?
Nah, I didn't slap her up. It was not that I slapped... No. It was not... When the first time I put my hands on her the first time like that was because she said some grimy shit. And I was like, yo, fuck you. Like,
what she said? Because, I've had a girl.
She said to me, oh, I wasted my time with you. I could have been with something better with the nigga she with now.
Oh, that bothered you?
Yeah, because that was when we first broke up, she was talking to homeboy. So when she was talking to homeboy, when we broke up, that's when she found my emails, it's because I was finding shit, niggas was coming to me.
Alright.
And I was like, yo, like whatever. And then we broke up, then we got back together. So she was like, oh, so then eventually towards the ending of the relationship, she was just like, oh, so she was like, you ain't shit, you a piece of shit, I could have had better. She was like, I could have had this nigga, he would have treated me better. And I was like, wait, what? And I was like, she was like, yeah, that's what that. And so she was just throwing mad shit in my face.
Oh, she kept doing it.
Yeah. Oh. So I was just like, and
sometimes I wish I was a girl then.
And I was just like, ew.
You know how disrespected I've been by women?
She pushed me. When she pushed me, or like the way it was, like she pushed me, and then that's when I was just like, yo, get the fuck out. Like I mushed her. I was like, get the fuck out of my face. And when that happened, she was like, oh, what? Like I was like,
she throw back at you?
Yeah, nigga, it got crazy.
Yo, she gonna take that shit.
It got crazy. I'm laughing about it now, but is that something to be laughing? Like, should I be laughing about it? Absolutely not. Because of that relationship, I told myself I would never. It's funny. I posted that fucking meme like 2 days ago or something. It was saying, you ever been with somebody who took such a dark side of you? Like, she put me in such a place that I told myself I would never be that person again, and I would never be like that in a relationship, because that relationship got like that. It got physical.
Okay.
It got physical, and I'm not proud of it. And it was something where it shit still hurts, and it hurts not because of the fact that
you put hands on her.
It hurts because I put hands on her.
It does.
Yes, because I saw my mother go through that, and that I used to hate my father because of that. Like, you know what's that? Like, I'm a child, like 5 years old, and I saw my father put a knife on my mom.
I could contest. I got the equal. So
I don't want to be that person,
I've done
bro.
equal trashy shit. I've done.
So that's what I'm saying.
Shit.
So like, for me to that, mind you, that's I've never been in a relationship like that in a sense. So it was just like, damn, bro, like this. So I was like, is this me? Like, that was my battle, bro, this whole year. Like, is that really me? Is that who I am? Am I an abusive person? Like, I even went to an ex, like, we're definitely cool as fuck. And I asked her, like, am I narcissistic? Because I was like, am I narcissistic? Am I this and that? And she was like, absolutely not. And she was like, V, you need to get out. She's like, that's a toxic relationship. And I was like, yo, I feel like this relationship that I don't hate her for it. If anything, she made me grow, but she made me dug deep within my pain and my, like, childhood pain.
You addressed a lot of shit.
Yeah, I did. This whole year I did. Like, I really dug deep and that shit was fucking hell, bro. It was like.
Is it still? You over it?
No, I'm still dealing with it.
Still doing?
Yeah, I'm still dealing with it. I think I'm almost there with. With forgiving myself, but I had the, from the anger to the hurt to the pain to this, and it was a process, nigga. Like, it's not easy.
No, of course
dealing
not.
with it, and that's why.
But you're dealing with it.
And that's what I'm saying. Like even with men, imagine men who hold everything in. Like how the breakdown is.
Like I said, and that's like that's where the male, female, it doesn't really matter.
It doesn't matter. You have to just deal with it.
You have to. Something's bothering you. You gotta address it. Like, it has to be addressed, and not only does it have to be addressed when it's bothering you, have to try to take steps to fix yourself. Like, you can't fix a problem if you're broken, and I think that's a big thing that I'm figuring out. Like, how can I fix you, or how can I fix issues I got with people, or how can I address people? Listen, I've done a lot of fucked up shit to people. I have such a stigma on me that it's not like when I walk around, people see Gilbert, people see what Gilbert did, right? So, and then I live with my stigma. So I'm in such I be such not in a pickle, but in the sense where you walk around all the time. If you're not able to have your chin held high and have be confident within yourself, and learn how you're learning your lessons, then you're not gonna be able to maneuver. You're not gonna be able to maneuver. You're gonna allow these walls to cave in on you, because these walls cave, and they cave quick. They cave quick. It only takes 2 days of being drunk for the rest of the world to cave in on you. And I say that because for me myself, if I drink too much, if I do anything too much, I become diluted in it. I disappear. The good things that have to happen won't happen. I have to consistently be doing something new or doing something good. If not, I immediately have bad habits. Like, for some reason, I immediately have bad habits. Smoking a cigarette is a representation of that.
Yeah.
That's an immediate bad habit.
Absolutely.
So it's like, I have more than that. I have, and I try to avoid it, but it becomes, not that it becomes hard, it becomes lonely, V.
It does.
It becomes lonely. The loneliest path you could ever take is sobriety. They say sobriety is the loneliest path you could ever take. Yeah.
But they say that. They say that
it's not when you take the finding yourself.
Finding yourself is
finding yourself is the loneliest path.
It is.
It's fucking lonely. Like, finding yourself. No.
Because you feel like not everybody understands you.
Nigga, they don't, and you can't expect them to.
And I know that.
Because I got something to do. You don't.
Yeah.
I got something to do. You don't. I got Nick. If I don't go with you to fucking Miami in February, you still going?
Oh, you're damn right.
Well, my point.
No,
though,
but
right?
you absolutely.
But
because at the end of the day, life goes on. As cliche as that shit sounds,
it's the truth.
life goes on.
It's the truth.
The difference is, are you willing to work past you can't put your life on hold, nor you should fucking make that as an excuse. How many people are allowing their toxicity to be an excuse in a sense? Like, oh,
None of the famous ones.
Exactly.
None of the famous ones.
Because they work past through it.
None of the famous.
And
or
I'm
they
not
work
saying
with them. Or they work with those demons.
Exactly, and that's where
When you
I'm
go
at. I'm not
overboard-
saying that I'm motherfucker,
No.
but I have to work through it.
Yep.
And it's coming. These are my demons that I'm
Yep.
battling.
Yep.
It's either you come with me or you're not. That's why, like, whoever is talking to right now, the person I'm talking to, they know a lot of my shit. They know everything. Before that, the homegirl was a friend before anything. But you knew everything because you knew everything what I was going through because you saw a lot.
You was part of it. You witnessed it.
Yeah, like you witnessed. You wasn't there but you witnessed towards the ending, obviously, of the breakup, the aftermath. But you saw.
I'm not the person she's talking about.
No.
I'm not the person.
But what I'm trying to say is like, whoever is in my path, knows that where I'm at in my life is that I'm working through all my demons. I have my demons. But this is my demons.
And if you want to be here while I'm working through it, you're making that choice.
And I want to improve because I want my life to improve.
Yep.
I want so much more. Yep. And that's what I know. I'm doing all this for a reason.
Yep.
And I know things are slow or it's, whatever, but I believe that there's something greater.
Yep.
And that's why I'm trying to push through this whole, push through all the toxicity that I have, push through I push through that and realize that I was broken too.
Yep.
And I came to a realization that I was toxic too. It wasn't just her, my ex. It was actually me too. And to have that closure with her.
You think she took the time? You think she's taking time to fix herself like you?
Absolutely not. I don't want to say absolutely not. We spoke not so long ago. I know she went through something. My thing with her is that
Simple. Is she fixing herself?
I want to say yes.
You want to hope yes.
I want to hope yes. The only reason why I'm sure she took little steps, but she went straight to a relationship right after we broke up.
Can't do that.
She went straight to right after we broke up, and whether the person was there, that's a discussion her and I had.
Relationship to
relationship. But to go to a relationship you did not put the time and effort within yourself. That means that you relying on this person to love you because you're not strong enough. Strong enough to love yourself. That's how I'm looking at it. She should get mad at me for that. The last time we had an argument, and that was the last time I saw her in a sense, she got mad because I told her she's like, I love myself. I'm like, how if you just went straight to a relationship and you're not how happy are you when you here with me?
Still talking to me,
bro? You still having sex with me, bro? So at the end of the day, and I'm not trying to call her out, but at the end of the day, how happy are you?
No, it's not a call out. It's the truth. You can't call out when it's the truth. This is
you understand? So that's why you can't use people to just give you what you want because you don't know how to face certain things. So is she? I don't know. She says yes. I don't know. I will hope.
You opening that door for her?
That what?
You opening that door back for her ever
door?
again?
Nah. I love her to death, but no.
Good.
No.
Good. I mean, I can't say good. You know why? The problem is a person's heart. A person's heart.
The heart knows what it wants. At the end of the day, listen. Let me tell you something. Shorty hit me up. What? Shorty hit me up. Thanksgiving.
Okay.
The heart wants what it wants, bro. That's all I can say. The heart. You hit me up Thanksgiving talking about this is the holidays. Things ain't the same. You understand? That means you hit it, and then throughout the whole night of Thanksgiving, you texted me.
But she got a man. What do you mean things ain't the same? What do you mean?
Things ain't the same in a sense where She thought she was gonna have a good holiday because she's with a whole new person, and this is probably a better person that for her. Obviously, he was better fit for her in a sense, right? So she probably assumed everything's gonna go great. And I told her the last time we left off, I told her, bro, I said the heart knows what it wants, and I was like, you lying to yourself. I said I know my truth. And I said, my truth is I do love you. I do. I will always love you. I said, but where I'm at now, I'm in such a good place now because I overcame so many things. I learned to love myself again. Where I just want to say thank you for all the lessons that you taught me.
Wow.
I needed that. Nah, definitely. Sometimes you gotta tell people that. Like, you gotta sometimes let them know. Like, thank you for all those
you make me want to hit up all my exes.
Bro, I told her, you made me want to be a better person. I want to be a better version for my future. Not only for my future self, but my future spouse. You know? But that all just falls in with, like, I guess, I don't know, like, just growth.
That of course, that you growing as a person. You made a crazy decision to that's you.
And that shit hurt, bro. Like, telling her that shit hurt.
It probably still does.
That shit hurt because it's like, that's the realization right there for me that it was actually over.
Of course. It probably still does.
So, you know.
Why wouldn't it hurt?
Because some people would like to front. No. Some people be like, nah, fuck that bitch. And I be like, bro, you can say that. I say that shit too, bro. Like,
you can still say fuck that bitch, but the fact of the matter is, it can still hurt. It can still hurt.
The toxicity, you know, dealing with all that. Like, now it's just me learning how to cope with family now. That's what I'm learning now.
Because now you're in your house now.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not coping. You're just
not
in your house
coping,
now.
but just
You're in your house now.
that's my shit.
Do you own that beat?
Nah, I don't.
Oh, you don't own that beat? Who owns that beat?
I look. I got the email.
You found it?
Yeah, I found out that website.
Oh, okay. Because I would have played it if you owned it. Because then I got your permission. Yeah, I
no, I got it from. I could be like eCash though. I'll put it on YouTube.
I know. Guy, yo. God. I'm sure, yo. I'm telling you, like, yo, this day and age, I'm trying to be legit. Like, one thing, like, you own the artistry. It's my next move. My next move to own. My next move to have, like, do the ownership of it. I thought it was me. I was like, I do the ownership of my shit. Like, yo, I take after a lot of moves you do. You know, like.
My question to you would be, what is it that you want to do? Like, do you want to be? You can't. No, let me not say that because you can do whatever. But do you want to be an artist? What do you want to do?
That's why I told you I was having that fucking fight with myself. Not fight with myself, but I noticed how much time this is taking. And not even like that it's taking time because I really don't. But I noticed that like, not that I'm not in recording mode. It's not that I'm not in recording mode, V, but I got 22 songs. I spent the past 2 years recording 2 stories. I got them laid out. It's just paying for them now. Mm-hmm. So you ask me what I want to do. I'm not in recording mode. It's like I'm not famous, but I'm being honest. I'm not in recording mode. I've recorded my tracks.
Okay.
I've recorded my tracks.
So what are your next steps?
Last Measure tried to beat me up in the fucking head. He was like, I love his voice. I don't believe you paying for all those beats, B. That's just mad money. I got producers that just give them to you for free, and they give you the. I'm like, but I already did the songs. Yo, honestly, just like you, with your budget, with your pocket right now, I'm chasing a pocket right now. It's not. These leases only cost between 30 and 50 each. So if I got an EP, if I got 22 songs, I'm trying to separate each EP by 9. I assume to cut or trim a couple songs. So I'm going to say 9 track, and I'm going to call that an EP, and that's 2 tracks extra. The EP is usually 7. Album's usually 11. Mm-hmm. So I'm going to leave it at 9 and just leave it. Well, I don't even know what to call it. I'm just going to put it up. Whatever the fuck you want to call it. It's music. So,
it's a project.
But the way I've noticed something about myself getting older. Maybe it's getting older. It's not a facade no more. Like, when I look at, like, old music, The only older music I like about myself is when I'm talking shit about what I was going through in a relationship, or when I'm talking shit about like what I'm going through in my life. The talking shit about like ratchets and killing people, and like I don't kill nobody. I don't fucking ratchet nobody. Fuck out of here. I can't sell drugs for the life of me. I try to sell drugs, everybody got weed free. I'm fucking. I get like I'm not. Nigga, this is not me. Who I am though, like as a writer, if I want to be that, we're almost done. If we as a writer, as an entertainer, if you ask me what I want to be, I would just want to be a person that brings out my emotion, and the only way that can define that for everybody else is by calling myself out of character. My uncle gets mad at me because my uncle's like, you're kind of like a grown man, and like, you call yourself Fuma Mucho, and like, what people see on you on the gram, it's all about perception. And then, like, I get it. It's just like Edwin telling me when we were younger, I'll never do a video or go anything unless I got a fresh cut and I got fresh gear. Listen, I get it. I'll never, like, Edwin didn't want to come out to performances because he didn't have fresh gear. Or matter of fact, he didn't have a fresh cut. He always had fresh gear. But, like, I get it. Same way, like, a lot of people are like that. They don't want to come out the house because they're not fresh. Because it's all about perception. And, like, everybody always try to push that on me. And I feel like I parallel through it because I'm like, okay, the only way I'm going to beat everybody with this type of perception that they want to see, like, I understand I'm never looking trashy, but if I just talk my way through it or I just make my music through it, like right now, I'm not on artist mode. But I will turn that on for 2020. I will have to represent my everything is okay. And the same thing I told E-Cash, that bothers me. I said it to bother him. The worst part is not doing the music. The worst part is performing this. The worst part for me, honestly, is going to be representing this pain for this project. That's it. I'm
gonna tell you something that I learned this going through to a lot of entrepreneurial seminars and stuff like that. In order to take somebody's and I this comes with me, bro. Like.
What?
I live by this. In order for me to take your opinion, I need to look at your lifestyle. And if I don't like your lifestyle, I'm not taking your opinion.
Yes.
So an artist is not to downplay anybody. But if they telling you I'm not doing this, look at them as an artist where they're at. If somebody's telling you, that's what I'm saying.
It's not about what you. It's not about what you make. It's about what you spend.
But it's not even about what.
It's the same sense.
In a sense, but it's more of a. For me to take what you're telling me, and I get it, you could come from a good standpoint, I get it. But for me, I would say Sharon is like that cliche thing. But
that's why see, that's why I love this podcast though, because I think I've been so honest with everybody around me that the rest of the world can get it through my music, through my platform. So it'll correlate when you can go ahead and hear my pain through my music. And then go through any one of my podcasts, right? Or go see the fact that I do one, right? Or like you see the fact that I do it. That's what this is for. Because it's really hard to just make music and leave a perception up there. If you're not on a social media or don't represent yourself doing something stupid or doing something where people always want to see it or be part of it, be part of a faction. That's why bad always, like, really bad stuff always comes across good, because it's usually correlated with a group of people and represented in a big fast. No, like, the only way to do something like this where it's meaningful, I have to do it all the time. I have to represent it because it's real. Mm-hmm. If it's just music, it could be not real. If it's just music, I could be a real emo person that just cuts himself in the corner. If it's just music and I'm not doing nothing else, I'm not doing enough. So it's like me doing this. You see how I push the artistry? Like me doing you see how like me doing my music? Like this is me representing it. Even me doing my clothing. Mm-hmm. I'm getting over the insecure hump of spamming. I'm not good with spamming. I'm not good with always doing the same thing. And I get why you have to do it. I just I don't mean it in a bad way.
I hate there's spamming and there's marketing. I hate spamming.
No, but I don't mean it in a bad way. I mean, like, you can always post once a day that you have clothing or material, because not all the same people are gonna see it.
I'm talking about spamming where like you're constantly like Facebook spamming. I hate that shit. You drop a video and you're tagging 5,000 people, right?
Okay, I get it.
I hate that shit. You as an artist, stop doing that. Stop doing that. And I don't give a fuck who's watching this and who knows me, and they do it because they be tagging me and I be untagging myself. That's not a proper way to do it. There's spamming and there's marketing. You said something that is like you are right and then you're not right.
What?
Where it's like there's more than just recording a track that makes you like to be. You said something like where like when you it's more than just recording. Now is the performing part, right?
It's a lot.
But it's not. It's more than that.
It's a lot. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So like to be whatever you want to do. It's
but
more
you
than
have a dope. You're like,
you could just.
Lie.
But it's more
if you
than
play
that.
guitar and you can sing.
No, but what I'm trying to say is more than that. It's just not only recording. You know, again, it comes down to like.
You think
stop
everybody
spamming.
has to be extrovert?
What? Why is it that you artists, and I say this, and I'm saying this on his platform.
Camera's on you. It's talking to you.
No.
Why
are you fucking
looking at you,
tagging me on shit, and I don't have it in my email? You make no sense. You're not making any sense. I get you want the views, but you're gonna get the views like, and it's gonna be like a click from like those who are.
Would you feel better? Would you feel better if it was personalized, like a DM?
Absolutely.
There you go.
I'm a person based on building relationships.
There you go.
And this is why a lot of DJs get mad with artists, because a lot of DJs feel like these artists don't build relationships with them.
No, they just want immediate recognition.
That's not how it works. So you spam when you tag me on shit. It doesn't matter who it is, my nigga. It could be mad niggas, and I'm cool with y'all motherfuckers. And I untag myself.
Right away.
Keep it a bug. I untag myself because
you
I already have. You know why I do it? Because I already told y'all the fucking right way to do it, and y'all not listening still. Y'all still don't listen, and I be like, oh, I know V, I know I'm gonna work, but why you doing shit like so wrong, bro? Like, have you not learned anything? Are you really truly listening? This is why you are stagnant, because you guys are still stuck on old ways. Start changing shit up, bro. Do you see big artists, or I'm not even talking about A-list celebrities, even D-list celebrities? Do they fucking spam niggas?
Nah, I put it on Twitter.
Put it on all social media. They have. So stop it, bro. Like, so that's on. It's more to it. It's more than just the recording. It's more than just.
You gotta be everything now.
You have to put the footwork, and you have to put the marketing work and or the business aspect of it. I don't know. It's just I'm always saying this shit, bro. Like, it gets me tight, and I say this because I still be getting tagged, and I be like, and I untag myself, and I'm like, yo, don't take it personal, but I told you what to do. Why you getting? You understand? Do it the proper way, bro.
You know what it is.
Stop acting like an amateur artist that you just started rapping. You haven't started rapping. You've been rapping for fucking years.
I don't get mad at it. I don't get mad at it no more, because it leaves a good alleyway for people that do things right. Listen, when you have preparation, when you do things right and put things into action, when you really do things right, the fruits of your labor show. The fruits of your labor show. Like, everything turns out grand as fuck. Like, I can't tell you enough. Just performing what I get from it, because I changed my attitude. Just that enough was just like, okay, you really start to analyze when you change certain things about yourself and do things the right way. Yes, and for the people that do things the wrong way, they're supposed to be there. That's what. Thank God they're there. You know why? Because there's way too many people that make music. So for the people that don't do the things the right way, thank God. Because for the people that do things the right way, yo, shine out. Like, shine out. Like, we got to keep doing our thing.
And I learned that because of my mistakes. You understand? Like, my mistakes in the sense where, like, I don't even think I've done like and it was just here and there. But I learned because surrounding myself with those who are in a higher tier than I am.
Yes.
And that's why I'm a big believer as well too. You are who you surround yourself with.
Facts.
And I've been surrounded. So when some people feel like if I'm not around them more, or I don't show them. It's not that I don't show you. I got the love, and I still hit you up to see how you doing and stuff like that. But also, if I feel like you're not putting the time and effort, I don't get mad. That's what I'm saying. So I don't get mad. I just untag myself, or I will vocalize like, yo, I've done to even artists that I don't even know. Where recently, matter of fact, yesterday, our artist just, boom, here's my DM, and we just sent a link. And I put question mark. Oh, this is my new. I said, do future reference. I don't know who you are. I don't know what you do. I would delete this. Because I don't know you, I would have deleted this. I'm just taking the time right now to tell you, if you ever want anyone's attention, introduce yourself first. Who am I talking to? What is it that you do?
And you know what the crazy part about that is? All you gotta do is copy paste. You write a nice thing.
I do that
and
shit.
You go to each person.
I do that shit each person, and I do that. But it's like I don't get it. Like I don't get how you don't understand that. It's in a sense this is like sales, bro.
Yep.
This is like aggressive sales, and I worked in sales a lot, so I get it. Like, so I don't know. It is what it is.
Yeah, people don't pay attention. It's okay. That's why we, like I said, like I thank God for them, because that's why we stand out. We do it right.
Yeah.
Yo, we getting out of here though.
Yes.
Yo, I'm with V. Thank you.
Thank you,
for joining me.
This is dope.
I told you.
This is dope.
I told you. She let that shit all out.
I said a little too much. When I get famous, they're gonna be like, yo, V is an abuser
right now.
They're gonna be like, yo, that bitch be hitting bitches. They're gonna do a Cardi B on me, son. This bitch be smacking bitches up. I'm really not that person.
Yeah. Yo, I'm out of here. I'm G. She's V. Everything's okay. Yo, she just dropped the fucking artistry tonight. What you dropped? The ATL?
ATL, the podcast.
The ATL podcast. It came out on YouTube. So check that shit out. Yo, have a good night, y'all.
Stop your shit. I'm the shit. Just give it up. Everything is okay, even when I'm not. Time to bring it to the table.